The thing that everybody is talking about is Tank came out and said he was going to retire. Is that really happening?
That's his decision.
Yeah.
That's his decision. I can understand where he's coming from, though. I totally can understand.
Like, I have a house on an island. Y'all won't see me again type shit.
Dude, Tank doesn't punch that hard. Tank really doesn't punch that hard. It's just he lands a clean shot, and a lot of us are either too small or completely dehydrated.
Leonard Ellerbe recently opened up about Gervonta Tank Davis potentially retiring in 2025. He explained that boxing has evolved, and no matter what a fighter accomplishes, fans are rarely completely satisfied. Ellerbe believes this could be frustrating for someone like Tank, who has dedicated so much to the sport. Despite being at the height of his career, the intense pressure and high expectations may be driving him toward an early retirement.
Completely changed his life. He's definitely very confident that he looks at a lot of things differently now than he did probably 6-7 years ago. You know, and that's the whole maturation process of men and women. You know, you grow as a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm sure that probably has a lot to do with his mindset.
So he is serious about retiring.
If that's what he said.
Yeah.
And we all heard him.
Yeah.
Right.
He hasn't told you anything about it?
No.
When you first heard it, was you shocked or you kind of...
Not at all.
You knew it was coming?
Well, because boxing is different. Boxing is different. It's different. The fans, not all, but they're never gonna be satisfied. I'm just being honest.
Damn right.
It's never good enough what you do.
Yeah, no matter what you do.
And so sometimes that can be frustrating, annoying, but his decision is more about what he said it was about. You know, it's more to life than just something that you do for a living.
Yeah, and the fans don't want you to...
They think that because, you know, and you have a lot of respect for the fans who pay their hard-earned money to see you fight.
Yep.
But you have a life outside of boxing.
Yeah.
Gervonta Davis had previously stated his plan to retire from boxing by the end of 2025. However, after his recent fight against Lamont Roach, which ended in a majority draw, Davis has rethought his retirement plans. The surprising result and the backlash from fans have led him to reconsider his decision, extending his career in an effort to address the dissatisfaction with his latest performance.
I wanted to ask you, earlier in the year you spoke about retiring after 2025. How does a result that maybe you weren't expecting or a result that you didn't think you deserve maybe change the course of your plans for your future?
Yeah, it definitely changed my plans. It definitely changed my plans. I probably got like 4 more fights now, for sure.
Critics have argued that Davis has yet to face top-tier opponents, accusing him of choosing less challenging fights. This has not sat well with fans who are eager to see him take on the best in the division. The perception of cherry-picking opponents has tarnished his otherwise impressive record, despite the fact that he still holds all the cards.
Tank holds all the cards. You know, he's the cash cow. He's the one, like I said, who makes these fights happen. I just think that he should go on ahead and move forward and fight Shakur and put that Lamont Roach fight on hold. That fight will be there. Lamont Roach is not going anywhere. Lamont Roach now has a lot of fame, a lot of notoriety after this fight. My opinion, I think that Tank should just move on, go forward, and fight Shakur Stevenson and give the fans what they want to see.
Shakur Stevenson, the WBC lightweight champion, has voiced his frustration over the stalled negotiations for a fight with Gervonta Davis. Stevenson pointed out that he can't wait forever for Davis to agree to a buyout and made it clear that he doesn't need Davis to move forward in his own career. This frustration underscores the difficulties in securing high-profile matches in today's boxing landscape.
I mean, if he want to retire with the career that he got, then go ahead and do whatever you got to do. So I disagree with it. I think it's soft, but that's on him.
Do you still think that fight's possible? I know he might have a break after that fight with Lamont Roach, but do you feel like you guys could fight 2025 or 2026?
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't into chasing people around. I mean, if he's willing to fight, I'm ready to fight, and I think it should happen. But I ain't gonna lie, I can't sit there and chase you, and then, you know, he could try to make it seem as though I need him and I don't need him. So,
in response to the criticism and demands for him to face elite opponents, Gervonta Davis has questioned Shakur Stevenson's accomplishments, suggesting that Stevenson hasn't done enough to deserve a fight with him. This exchange has sparked heated debates among fans and analysts, fueling discussions about the merits and potential outcomes of a potential Davis-Stevenson matchup.
Who have Shakur? What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. Who that? The Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who might be
saying his name for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, you know, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of something, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit win in boxing.
Leonard Ellerbe, CEO of Mayweather Promotions, has come to Gervonta Davis's defense, stating that Tank has the ability to defeat top fighters like Teofimo Lopez. Ellerbe explained that organizing these high-profile matches takes time and requires mutual agreement from both sides, suggesting that negotiations are more complicated than they might seem to the public.
I'm very, very confident Tank beats all those guys. All those guys. You name, any of them you name, Tank can beat them.
Where would a fight with like a Devin Haney or a Teofimo Lopez sort of sit on the grand scheme of his schedule?
I don't think that you can put a timeline on that kind of stuff because the big fights happen when they really make sense for both sides. And, you know, I know the fans get a little impatient at times, and that's understandable because they don't really understand how the business goes. You know, Tank's coming off of a fight where, you know, he's made tens of millions of dollars, and Tank alone has been generating, you know, 8-figure revenue every single fight. Tank makes you an offer, it's probably not going to be what you expect because you get paid on what you kind of weigh. Tank is here, and the other guys are there, and I'm solely talking about generating the revenue.
Talks about a potential showdown between Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney have come up, but there are no clear indications that the fight will happen anytime soon. Leonard Ellerbe noted that some fights aren't ready to take place yet, and emphasized that Davis is not willing to take a pay cut to make any match happen, underscoring the financial factors involved in putting together major bouts.